Your picture was taken to a place of witchcraft, but the energy backfired on the sender. Archangel Michael says, the hands that held your photograph did not carry good intentions. The picture was taken in secret, removed from its rightful space and placed upon a cloth soaked in dark ritual. But what they didn't expect was the sacred fire already covering your spirit, hidden in divine protection since your birth. They traveled to a secluded place, one soaked in the history of witchcraft and forgotten spells. They carried your image wrapped in red string, chanting words not of light but of control, envy, and manipulation. As their chants grew stronger, the sky above them responded, not with silence, but with violent shifts. Suddenly, birds scattered, the air grew heavy, and their own energy began to twist back against them. The picture meant to bind you began to glow with a heat they could not touch. It was the protection you never even asked for, but always had. Your name was spoken by lips that trembled before they even completed their curses. You were not supposed to survive what they planned. But instead of bending your destiny, they unlocked something greater in you. What they summoned, turned on them. Type Amen to get blessing 333. That night, after the ritual failed, their house was filled with strange occurrences. Mirrors shattered, phones rang without calls, shadows moved where no person stood. Your image was returned to the sender by unseen forces, folded, burned around the edges, but still untouched. Archangel Michael says, what was sent to damage you has now identified them as the true threat. Their energy was rejected, and their intent was judged. The land they chose to perform that ritual on has now marked them. Your ancestors were called upon unknowingly. The moment your name was whispered, the ancient blood within you stirred. You may not know it, but someone in your lineage was a spiritual guardian. They rose to defend you. Type Amen to get blessing 454. They tried again. Not once. Not twice, but multiple times with multiple people, because they thought the first failure was a mistake. Each time, your picture grew harder for them to touch, and one even fainted while trying to hold it. The reason your body suddenly felt heavy last week wasn't just stress. Your spirit was rejecting interference, fighting against a binding force it never allowed. That heaviness lifted not from rest, but from victory. There is a woman involved in this who wears a smile that deceives many. Her lips carry compliments, but her energy carries resentment. She has envied your peace for years and chose this month to finally act upon it. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They thought by using objects you touched, or images of you, they could distort your path. But what they didn't know was the energy of the divine had been watching their gathering long before it began. The circle they drew to trap your image became a mirror, reflecting every hidden sin of their own back to them. One of them is already facing strange consequences: loss of sleep, tremors in the hand, a mysterious illness doctors can't name. Their dreams are plagued by faces they can't explain, whispers calling them by names only known to the heavens. The fear they tried to plant in you is now growing inside of them. Comment if you feel your soul shivering right now, because that's your spirit recognizing the truth. You are not only chosen, you are fireproof. No ritual done in silence can override the roar of protection placed on your name. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There's a reason you've been seeing flashes of light in the corner of your eyes. It's not random. That's divine surveillance showing you the watchers being watched. They didn't just want to ruin your peace, they wanted to disrupt your future. The photo was meant to block your next step, especially something involving money or property. But the attempt unlocked favor instead. The woman who offered to help you with recent paperwork is connected to this. Her intentions were not helpful, they were calculating. She wanted access, and this was her sneaky way of entering. Type Amen to get blessing 121. Archangel Michael says, the flame around your soul ignited stronger when they chanted over your name. It burned through the cords they tried to tie and turned their circle of control into a ring of failure. They underestimated the power of silent protection. One of the people in their group is regretting it deeply and is now searching for you, but not to apologize. They want to undo the mistake, because now they are experiencing the punishment. They believe if they talk to you, the suffering might ease. You must not engage, because this connection is like a chain that was meant to trap. Even an innocent reply may give them energy again. The best weapon you now carry is your silence. Wrapped in spiritual fire. Type Amen to get blessing 636. They think you don't know. But heaven made sure your soul remembered. That strange unease you felt when scrolling through photos last week? That was the moment the energy backlash began. You were being prepared without knowing. The tiredness, the headaches, the sudden dreams, they weren't random. They were downloads of protection protocols being installed in you spiritually. You are shielded by generations. Your spirit carries codes that even dark spirits can't crack. The more they try to invade, the more lost they become in a maze they built themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 144. Their next move was supposed to be a visit. Yes, they were planning to show up, wearing the mask of reconciliation or help. But their own energy betrayed them. You may have already felt uncomfortable hearing their name. That's not paranoia. That's foresight. Your room was visited spiritually 3 nights ago by someone trying to astrally project to you. But they couldn't cross the threshold. A glowing wall surrounded your bed. Type Amen to get blessing 929. You'll start noticing them back away now. Not because they've changed, but because they're losing power. Your glow is blinding them. They whispered your name for harm, and now your name is echoed in divine realms for glory. The picture they tried to curse is now carried by light. That same image is now a beacon to angels. What they used for harm has turned into a key of blessings. The backfire was not a warning, it was a reversal. Type Amen to get blessing 202. Archangel Michael says, they are afraid now. And rightfully so, because no one can touch what has already been sealed by sacred hands. You have felt alone recently, but that loneliness was strategic. You were being kept away from energy vampires. Your isolation was preparation for revelation. The people who kept asking for your picture lately were not all innocent. Be very discerning. Not everyone asking for a photo is honoring you. Type Amen to get blessing 585. If you suddenly started feeling tired after a certain person viewed your image or touched your belongings, it wasn't a coincidence. They wanted access, but your soul denied it. That denial is now a source of conflict in their lives. They don't know how to get close to you again. You have become guarded not just emotionally, but spiritually. What was done in secret is now becoming known in pieces to you. Listen to your instincts right now. They are not wrong. They are activated. Type Amen to get blessing 747. A friend you stopped talking to months ago is curious about your recent progress. They have started following you anonymously. But what they don't know is that their gaze can't cross your spiritual firewall anymore. Your name has been written on a scroll of protection. You are being watched, not by them, but by angels. They cannot touch what's already on the divine list. You will start noticing some people avoiding eye contact soon. That's because they've been exposed energetically. Their secrets are melting under your light. Type Amen to get blessing 383. They thought they buried your progress. But heaven turned their trap into a launching platform. Everything they tried to hide from you will now come to you multiplied. If you've had dreams of fire lately, it's not to scare you. It's to show you what has been burned off. The picture they used is now carrying the seal of reversal on it. Do not destroy any of your current pictures. They are now spiritually sealed. Anyone trying to use them again will face instant spiritual punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 919. Their plan was meant to delay you for 6 months. But the moment they started, your next 6 years began to shift toward favor. The acceleration has already started. Watch your schedule change suddenly. New doors will open, calls will come, even your name may appear in documents and digital places without explanation. That is divine correction. If you find yourself walking into places and people getting silent, trust that it's not your imagination. Your energy entered before your body did. The room shifted. Type Amen to get blessing 122. You are not cursed. You are the lesson. You are the backfire they were warned about. Someone involved in the witchcraft ritual has now fallen sick. They are asking questions, not realizing they created their own suffering. Your energy did not return their curse, it magnified it. The photo they took was the last weapon they had, but it turned into their judgment. Their spiritual mirror has been broken. Type Amen to get blessing 707. You will be receiving unexpected calls soon. Someone who was around during this attack will want to confess. They are afraid of being pulled down with the rest. Do not be swayed by their emotion. Let divine justice complete what it started. Their guilt is not your burden. From now forward, walk with your head held high. You are no longer just surviving, you are glowing. And those who try to dim your image must now face the light. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Their suffering is only beginning. The power they called upon to hurt you has now chained itself to their shadow. Every place they step into now carries a scent of unrest, because your name lives in the center of divine fire, and that fire is unapproachable by evil. Archangel Michael says, the moment they used your photograph in that dark space, heaven marked their names. They stirred something holy that was not to be provoked. They have awakened a line of warriors from your bloodline that now walk in silence around you. One of the people involved had a dream last night. They saw you in white, holding fire in your palm, smiling while they burned. It was not just a dream, it was a warning. Your destiny is too big to be sabotaged. It has already been protected through generations of unseen prayers. What they tried to dim only caused you to shine brighter. Type Amen to get blessing 313. The woman who participated in the ritual is now experiencing confusion. She's forgetting things, misplacing keys, getting lost in places she's been to for years. This is the price for spiritual trespassing. You have not just survived, your aura has been renewed. A new color surrounds you now, visible only to the spiritual world. That glow is making some people uncomfortable when they look at you. That's why some people are suddenly cold. It's not you, it's your light exposing them. They cannot fake love in the presence of truth. You'll notice some of your dreams start revealing faces, people you haven't seen in years. These aren't memories. These are divine disclosures. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They're not just avoiding you now. They're warning others to stay away from you. Not because you're dangerous, but because your protection scares them. You carry proof of divine retaliation. A hidden camera captured part of their ritual. What they thought was private was seen. There's footage being passed in a small group. None of them are sleeping in peace anymore. Heaven let them see what happens when you touch a chosen soul. And now, the curse they built for you sits on their own front porch. Their own home is no longer safe from the echoes of what they did. The same ground where they chanted your name is now barren. Nothing grows there. Their energy destroyed its own root. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. One man among them is begging to be released from the spiritual consequences. He tried to reach you by pretending to apologize through someone else. Do not accept it. The person he sent might try to act like they care. But you'll know by their eyes. They shift when you speak, and they fidget in your presence. That is not sincerity, it's surveillance. They want to know how you recovered so fast. They want to understand how their best rituals failed. The truth is, your soul was never alone, not even for a second. Archangel Michael says, you were already written into protection the moment you were born. The picture they tried to use was sacred. It carried too much light to be bound. Type Amen to get blessing 505. A certain scent may have followed you days after the attempt, something like smoke or soil. That wasn't your imagination. That was the cleansing process. You might have also felt emotional waves without any reason, sudden sadness, followed by strength. That's the spiritual purge moving through you, pushing out the residue of what they sent. Your body was being used as a battlefield, but your spirit was the one doing the real fighting. Now, the smoke has cleared, and you are standing taller. From this moment on, nothing of yours can be used without consequences. Your face, your name, your energy, it's sealed. Anyone who tries will be shown who truly governs your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 757. Don't fear walking into spaces anymore. Even if they are watching, they can't touch. The fire that surrounds you is not visible to all, but to them, it burns. You may have noticed your own aura has shifted. Even animals are reacting differently, coming close, staring, following. That's because they sense purity restored. Watch as their alliances begin to crumble. One will turn against another. The ones who united to harm you will now turn their swords on each other. That is how divine justice works, not loud, but final. They had their time. Now, the correction begins. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Be mindful of gifts being offered to you in the coming days. Some may come with smiles but carry a spiritual hook. Decline with grace, but be firm. You are walking into a season where not everyone can follow. The separation has begun. The picture they used became your proof of elevation. One person who secretly admired you but didn't stop the ritual will face their own heartbreak. They thought silence protected them. Divine law. Silence in the face of harm is complicity. They now cry in private, asking why their life is falling apart. But the universe doesn't forget participation. They saw wrong, and they did nothing. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. If someone suddenly becomes overly kind to you, look deeper. If they were quiet during your storm, why speak now? Their motives are not pure. Your dreams will continue to guide you. You'll begin to hear names, see dates, and get symbols. These are not just dreams, they're spiritual briefings. The picture they used for harm is now in ruins, spiritually and physically. Some tried to burn it after the ritual failed, but the fire wouldn't catch properly. It twisted and folded instead, like it was refusing to be destroyed. That's because your image has become a spiritual contract, a declaration of your survival, a stamp of glory. Type Amen to get blessing 838. Do not worry about retaliation. They've already received theirs. One by one, their finances will shake, relationships will rot, and peace will flee their homes. You, on the other hand, will feel lifted. Your skin will glow, your eyes will clear, your walk will shift. That's the light of reversal blessing your body. People will ask if you did something new, but you didn't. The evil that tried to cloud you has been broken. What they sent for your destruction now works for your restoration. The photo they held has been removed from their altar, but even its absence still torments them. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. There will be divine favor following you this week. Unexpected money, opportunities, and moments of peace will appear. This is not luck, it's divine repayment. You were attacked without warning, but heaven repaid you with acceleration. The enemy always forgets that suffering births miracles for the chosen. A new door is opening for you now. It carries no pain. It's a door that only light can unlock. Archangel Michael says, the enemy tried to close your destiny with shadows, but your spirit opened the sky instead. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. Never fear another attack. You've already passed the test. You were followed, photographed, and targeted, but still you stand. They looked into your picture and saw light. They stared too long and invited judgment. That is the price for touching what belongs to God. Let no fear hold you. Let no face threaten your joy. What they did has now become their testimony, not yours. They must live with the memory of trying to break you. You only live with the truth that they failed. Type Amen to get blessing 44444. If you feel the chills right now, it's because your soul is exhaling the last breath of that curse. It has passed. You are clean. Go forward with courage, and keep your spirit alert. The more they try, the higher you'll rise. You are marked now, not for pain, but for promise. You carry proof of divine reversal, and that proof is sacred. The photograph meant to bind you became your banner, and now heaven smiles every time your name is spoken. Type Amen to get blessing 9009. Let this message reach your spirit deeply. Let it become the strength you walk with. And may all who try to harm you bow before the light they tried to erase. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There are still whispers being carried on the wind, whispers from those who tried to use your picture in dark rituals. These whispers are not prayers. They are cries for mercy from those who once laughed at your light. Now, they kneel in secret, trembling at the thought of what might come next. Their nights are haunted by the image they tried to defile. They see your face glowing, eyes closed, surrounded by celestial fire. That picture no longer belongs to the earth. It has become a weapon of divine remembrance. You are not just protected, you are feared in spiritual realms. They know they have touched something eternal. What they did in secrecy has become the source of their public unraveling. A woman among them can no longer sleep through the night. Each time she closes her eyes, she sees your photograph floating above her, burning silently with blue flame. She tried to erase your image, but the divine burned it onto her mind. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You may notice her avoiding you, turning away quickly if your eyes meet. That's not guilt, it's terror. Her spirit recognizes that judgment is near, and your name is the key that unlocked it. She wasn't the only one. One man who witnessed the ritual has completely withdrawn from everyone. He has stopped speaking, locked himself in, and is refusing food. He was warned in a dream by an angelic being clothed in white and green. This being showed him the reversal in real time. Every chant, every curse, reflected back tenfold. When he woke up, his face was pale, and his hands were shaking. Type Amen to get blessing 626. They underestimated the divine shield that wraps around you. It's not something you asked for. It's something that was promised to your bloodline. It's the kind of protection only warriors of light receive. You are walking into a chapter where curses turn into crowns. Every insult behind your back is becoming favor in front of you. What was said in secret is now unraveling in silence. You don't need revenge. You don't even need closure. The universe has already made a spectacle of their wickedness. Your light is being celebrated in realms beyond what the eye can see. And soon, that celebration will reach your physical world too. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You'll notice blessings rushing in through doors that were once locked tight. This is not coincidence. It's the wind of reversal blowing in your favor. Expect sudden invitations, approvals, and messages of opportunity. You were never meant to break. They just pushed you into a season of unshakable strength. Now, your footsteps carry thunder in the spirit. When you walk into a room, atmospheres shift. You may have noticed it, people pausing, turning, even fidgeting. That's your energy arriving before you. Archangel Michael says, even now, heaven watches over every detail of your life. Not a single thread of their plan went unnoticed. Not a single weapon will go unpunished. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Those who tried to control you with images and spells are now experiencing a collapse in their own lives. Their finances are draining. Their relationships are deteriorating. Every contract made against you is now dissolving. Every attempt to manipulate your path is being exposed. Heaven is releasing documents, audio clips, and messages they thought would never surface. A secret message they sent about you is being screenshot right now. Someone who used to walk with them is growing a conscience. They're about to bring the whole truth to light. And when it happens, you won't have to lift a finger. The justice will speak for itself. Type Amen to get blessing 99.99. The place they took your picture to is now under spiritual lockdown. Nothing thrives there anymore. What was once their altar is now their ruin. There is a young child in one of their homes who suddenly stopped talking. The child now stares into corners and mumbles your name. That is a sign that their actions have backfired across generations. This isn't just about you anymore. It's about your legacy. And heaven is making sure your lineage is not touched by their darkness. The energy they poured into hurting you has now become the very rope they trip over. Every step they take forward is interrupted by divine reminders of their guilt. Type Amen to get blessing 8484. You, on the other hand, are experiencing more clarity. Your thoughts are sharper. Your focus is returning. That's not by accident, it's by divine design. The confusion they tried to place on you has been lifted, and in its place comes peace like waves over your soul. Your body is even responding differently. The aches are disappearing, the fatigue is fading, your glow is returning. This is your rebirth. Expect sudden inspiration. Ideas that seem to come from nowhere. That's the divine unlocking the part of you that was under attack. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Some of them are planning to lie about what happened. They'll pretend they were not involved. But energy doesn't lie. When they speak, their own words will betray them. Their eyes will shift, their hands will twitch, their voice will tremble. You'll see the truth without them needing to say it. You've been gifted spiritual discernment. You'll begin to recognize deceit not by words, but by atmosphere. When someone steps into your space, you'll feel their intent. Trust those feelings. They are not paranoia, they are divine alerts. You've earned the right to trust your intuition now. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. From now on, your picture, your image, your presence, will bring healing, not harm. Anyone who sees it will feel peace or discomfort depending on their heart. You are a mirror now. Those with pure hearts will be drawn to your presence. Those with hidden darkness will be repelled. That's the light you carry. They tried to distort your energy, but all they did was activate it. Your power is now louder, stronger, and unstoppable. What was hidden in you has now risen, and it cannot be ignored. Type Amen to get blessing 5858. Every single object they touched with your image now carries a mark. Spiritually, it has been deactivated. It can no longer harm you. Your name has become holy to those who once mocked it. They say it in fear now. Some won't even say it out loud anymore. You were underestimated for too long. But now they must live with the fact that your survival is their downfall. That picture was supposed to silence you, but it became your victory seal. Let truth settle in your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 6464. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.